I'm staying on.
Have a seat. This is the first time you've been to our little town. I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burns the night that Francis Scott Key said, watching it right and say, can you see? And it got a bad rip in New Orleans. Packenham and Jackson took it at its knee. It almost fell at the Alamo. Tried to Texas flag, but she waved on. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. She got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that tranquil flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused, and the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare, she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape, she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up front. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that brag.
All right, folks, welcome to our meeting tonight. Third, February 19th. Mr. Jim Snell from the Lighthouse Baptist Church will have a prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, as we come into your presence this evening, Lord, we thank you for this beautiful day. You've allowed us to have the strength and the eyes to see your beauty all around us. Lord, to feel the warmth. Thank you for the rain that we had this morning. Lord, as we gather together to do your business and do the business of this town, this beautiful town that you've put here. Lord, I pray, Lord, for wisdom for the leaders. I pray, Lord, for God, that you'll just give them the knowledge and understanding that they need. I pray, Lord, that you'll guide our hearts and our mouths, and Lord, fill us with humility. Fill us with your compassion. Fill us with your love, and may we show grace. Lord, I ask today, God, that this town will stand for you, and this nation that we see the chaos, we see the problems. But God, this town will stand for you. Lord, thank you for the cross. Lord, thank you for what you've done for us, what you are doing for us. And God, I just pray, Lord, that through it all the glory goes to you. God, move in a way that we've never seen before across this town. Be with the leadership. God, give them the strength to stand for you, stand against the wind, stand against the evil that seems to be blowing across this land. And God, I pray, Lord, you'll forgive us of our pride, forgive us of our ego, forgive us, God, when we walk away from you. God, tonight, may you be glorified in everything said and done here. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Now, if you'll join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance to our great flag. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now we're going to say the salute to the flag of Tennessee. 3 white stars on a field of blue, God keep them strong and ever true. It is with pride and love that we salute the flag of Tennessee.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, Seth, you want to call the roll? Alderman Day.
Here.
Alderman Lemon.
Here.
Alderman Phillips.
Here.
Vice Mayor Radford.
Here.
Mayor McIntyre. Here. All right, do we hear a motion to approve the minutes? Board Mayor and Alderman, January 22nd?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Any discussion?
No.
Okay. Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford.
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre. Yes. I now ask for motion to approve the work session, the workshop on the Strawberry Festival. We had February the 11th. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford.
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre. Yes. Okay, opportunity for citizens to speak. We've got one already down here. We're calling on Jamie Jones.
Hi, my name is Jamie Jones with Keeping It All Beautiful. I want to let you know that we are going to be having a second tire recycling drive on Saturday, April 18th. We did this 2 years ago and we collected 1,100 tires. So we've already paid to rent a semi-trailer. And I was wondering if the town of Unicoi would be able to support us at all, not with money, but maybe with manpower, tractors. We're planning on having a staging area to drop off the tires. It's gonna be like personal vehicle tires, so no semi-tires, no big tractors, no rims. So I don't know if there's any way that, like if there's any manpower or any way that the town could help. I have a bunch of flyers, if you guys would be willing to pass them out or.
Okay.
So anyways, I'm just here to see how the town can help. So it's for all community, Unicoi community residents.
Now, where do you plan on putting the tire?
Oh, okay, so after we collect them, they're gonna go to Patriot Recycling. So Patriot Recycling is dropping off the trailer. And so they're gonna be recycled, which is good.
Okay, now where are you gonna put the tires to put on the trailer?
Okay, so where the location is gonna be is, Irwin is letting us use the Second Street industrial site. So we're gonna have a staging area there. We would like to load them directly into the trailer, but last year we had more tires coming in than we could load. So we're thinking we're gonna have a loading, like staging area and then load later. So I don't know if there's cones, manpower, I don't know if you have any equipment to help us load them, or if you can think of any ways that maybe you could help. We're just asking for whatever help we can get.
And if you'll pass out your literature, and Michaela, she'll be glad to get the word out.
Okay,
That's our communications lady over there.
okay.
And it's a good thing you're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely keeping tires out of, streams, rivers, overpasses, roads. So, unfortunately, I believe there's plenty more tires out there to be collected. So, yeah. And then if somebody was, if you guys, I'll give her my information, and then if anybody is able to help, they'll just get in touch with me. Does that sound okay? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Okay, next. Ruben.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I didn't know there would be as many people here. I've got one copy for you guys as well.
And Ruben,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hyder, would you like to introduce your co-worker here?
Absolutely. My name is Reuben Hodder. I'm the Director of the Wilderness here in Unicoi County. And this is Joshua Williamson, and he's been a volunteer with us for a few years now. And will hopefully, if we can get this financial situation worked out, become a full-time employee with me with the Wilderness. So, and he'll have some things to say too, if that's okay with you guys, just kind of addressing the impact that this will have on the community.
Okay.
So as the Director of the Wilderness, what we've been doing is working with the inmates in Unicoi County for a few years now. I think we started about August or September of 2023, and it just started out doing some 12-step programming through a 12-step organization, and then it developed into something more. Once we started working with these guys, we found out that there need to be some transitional services provided to help them, find treatment or solutions for recovery. Most of the incarcerated individuals in Unicoi County, I think the last time that I looked at the numbers, it was about 85% suffer with substance use disorder, and it was around 70%, I believe, that were opioid use disorder. And so what we've tried to do is provide some services just to help these folks out. Obviously, addiction touches all of our families, some of us more than others. And there are minimal services inside of Unicoi County. So we actually had the opportunity back in August to partner with the county itself and receive some opioid abatement funds. And we received those in an amount of $20,000 for direct support services, biannually $10,000. And we've used those for direct support services. And I've been volunteering my time at a rate of about 15 to 20 hours a week for the better part of 3 years. Now, it's coming to the point to where there are so many services that they need that it would be nice to have some more funding. It's become a full-time job. The services that I'm offering actually could be covered under a few different positions, like a reentry coordinator, a case manager, and also a program director. So I would like to bring JD on. We have a pastor that's also got lived experience that teaches in a federal prison in Kentucky now that lives over in Johnson City that would like to, help us out with the services inside of Unicoi County as well. But it's hard to do it without any money. Now, since there are some opioid abatement funds that are available to the county, to Unicoi, and also to Irwin, we would request that if it would be okay with you guys, that you would support us in helping these guys re-enter into the community. So we've helped about 30 guys over the past few years, and I think we're at about 40% of the sobriety rate to this day, which is about 35% better than the national average. 5% stays sober for a year. So what we're doing is working, and it's highly effective. We have quite a few partnerships with some local recovery housing. There's currently not any recovery housing in Unicoi County, but we would like to see that happen. I'm currently working full-time with UC Electrical and Services and then working in the jail as well. And it's becoming a lot. You know, I've got a baby boy on the way come March 29th, and there's some decisions that I'll have to make. You know, and what I would like to make is the decision to be able to go full-time with the Wilderness, expand these services, bring Josh on to assist me, who is currently working as a CPRS in recovery housing and has plenty of experience doing that. I think there's a lot that we can do here, and I think that we can do it with the support of the county. It's pretty cool to see everybody kind of coming together and supporting each other throughout this whole thing. More than anything, we've got the support of the jail administrator, and even the inmates see her in a different light now. So I would like to read just quickly a letter. This was given to the jail administrator right before we left. We were doing a group in the jail right before we came over here, and this was written to her and given to her earlier today from an inmate that's currently going through the 12-step programming and participating in our discipleship groups that we do in the pods. And it says, "I just wanted to thank you for actually caring about all of us. There's not many people in the world that would even entertain the idea that we can change or are actually human beings. What you are doing here saved my life and has made me realize what I never want to be again. It's amazing how far a little bit of genuine compassion can push someone in the right direction. I've never been to a group anywhere like the one we have here. I've never had hope that I could quit living the way that I was and not turn back to the old patterns of drug abuse. I never thought that I would have a relationship with myself and God, but all that has changed, and you are a major reason that I have to thank for that. I don't wake up mad at myself and the world anymore. I can actually talk to my mom about her leaving me and not get upset about it. I don't want to see the world through shades of black and gray anymore. I see life as a blessing and a gift. My entire life, I've never been able to look at myself with confidence and reassurance, but now I can. Thank you, sincerely, thank you for helping me out of the darkness. It means more than you know to me and my family. I hope we can help others. I hope we can help others like me through what we have here. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. This has saved my life." So what we do the 12-step support groups. We do some faith-based studies within the pods. We talk about Jesus in recovery. Scripture is a huge part of what we do. You know, we encourage a personal relationship with God. There are so many people that have a resentment against God, a resentment against the church, don't understand their function within the body of Christ. And we explore that. We explore the grace given to you to be able to function in the realm that God would have you as an individual to function. We've got a retired minister that is eager to continue to come in to do some optimal discipleship with these guys and meet with them one-on-one, you know, to see how Christ has been discipling them, you know, even before they even knew it. You know, something that's had a huge impact on my life. And we would like to let everyone know kind of what's going on. You know, there were about 100 people in the jail when we started going in. Yesterday they were sitting at 65. And I'm not saying that the things that we were doing, you know, cleared everybody out, but they sure had a positive impact on it. If you talk to Karen at the county right now and ask her about the medical bills that she's paid out, they have significantly reduced. I think she had 4 the year that we came in, and she's had 1 since. So just being present in the jail is definitely contributing to a better financial situation all around. Now, it's my understanding that Unicoi contributes their opioid abatement funds to the pool that goes into the county. And since the county has already partnered with us and supporting us on the direct support services, and then also on a partial salary for myself, I'd like to give a couple months notice, you know, and continue to support the employer that I work through by sending guys to them to work upon release. But I'd like to go full-time with the Wilderness and prepare the way to partner with many more folks in the community and get folks like Josh, who's been pivotal in this movement in the jail, an opportunity to serve at a higher capacity. And this has a really positive effect on the community. I'm sure you guys know that. If you would, Josh, would you expand on that just a little bit?
Hey guys, Josh Williamson. I just moved to Unicoi County. My grandparents are from southeastern Appalachia, and I have a love for the mountains and this community. My mother-in-law lives here in Irwin. But what I can say is that I can see a positive change in the community with these guys who are not reoffending. I know I can say probably everybody in here has been touched in some way through some addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, what have you, whether it's mother, son, daughter, friend, uncle, brother, dad, mom, right? But what I see is a change, and it's a positive change in the community, because what these guys do is when they get out, they get jobs, and they become tax-paying citizens of the community. And not only that, they are a representation of what can happen through recovery and through a relationship with God. Maybe the guy that you know, a family member or whatever, sees this guy in the community and knows where he had been and knows how this man lived before and sees a change in him and what he's doing, and then it sparks a little interest in him. So maybe he doesn't have to go to jail and go down those roads. I can tell you that I see a positive change in the community just by sitting in the jail and talking to these guys. I see a change in them. I see a light come on in their eyes that it's indescribable, and it's a large help for your community, for my community. Everybody wants. I like success stories. Most people like success stories. Nobody wants to see your family member go in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And if there's something that can be done to maybe stop that cycle further down the road for their children or their grandchildren, which will then have even a larger impact on this community, I'd like to be a part of that. I'd like to see the change. Thanks.
Well, I know these two men, and I know they're hardworking men. And it's not only in their minds, it's in their heart. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
What percentage of the inmates are actually drug offenders at CJ?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What percentage of the inmates that are in there now are drug offenders or repeat offenders?
Repeat offenders?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I could get those numbers for you pretty quick though. I will tell you that we have a board where we put men into specific recovery communities, and on that board for those specific communities, there's 23 on it. And if I'm not mistaken, there's only one that's back in jail to this day. Since we received the opioid abatement funds in August, we've helped 9 men re-enter in the community, and one of them has returned, and that's the same man. So the recidivism rates are way down. I can get some specific numbers on that. And that's part of this request is, so there are opportunities for grant funding and all kinds of stuff that we can do. It's been extremely difficult. Now, God has been behind this 100%, and He'll give you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. And I've been living that for a few years, actually for my whole life, but specifically with the wilderness for a few years. But there are a lot of opportunities that we could really expand these services and critique them and bring some partners in that could help serve these men in a better capacity if I had the time to do it. It's been very difficult to pull it all together. So what I would like to do, I get a partial salary that's ran through Higher Ground Counseling at this moment, because we were a new nonprofit and we thought, let's do that, to see if Ruben can even do this thing. I'm got lived experience myself. Spent a few years in the North Dakota Penitentiary. I've been incarcerated in 15 different counties and in 6 different states. So I didn't exactly have the best track record, but God got a hold of me and then instituted 12-step programming, and I watched the difference in my life. And I'm just trying to give back to these gentlemen as well. But I had to show that I could utilize these funds in the appropriate way. So what we've done is awarded me $31,600 for a partial salary. I would be asking for the county as a whole, obviously with the support of Unicoi as well, to award me that other part of the salary at $62,000 a year to expand the services of the wilderness, and continue to work on future partnerships and develop the correct policies and procedures that would allow me to bring other partners in to work under an understanding. Right now, it's, I do the administration portion. I implement the groups upstairs. We've got volunteers that work with us, about 5 or 6 volunteers or so with the 12-step programming. But at some point, 1 or 2 people can't do the whole thing. So in order for me to grow the services, I would definitely need to be able to dedicate more time to it. So in doing that, I would like to apply for future grants from the opioid abatement funds that are awarded to the state and not just to the counties. And I think we could really do something big here. I would like to see sober living, and as Josh discussed, tax-paying citizens. We're giving them an opportunity here, through what God's doing, obviously. But we're giving them this opportunity to get better and to live healthily, and then we're sending them out of the community to sober living. We could house them and put them to work here in Unicoi County. And that would contribute to the sobriety of these young people that are coming up. When they see people that are changing their lives, that God's working in their lives, I mean, it would just trickle down to the young people. And ultimately, I think we would like to see our young people healthy. So,
Thank you very much.
yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, we move on here. Mr. Ramsey, did you want to speak to us, sir?
I'll get up here and bubble a little bit. That's a tough one to follow. Thank you for what y'all are doing. Good stuff. I just wanted to invite the board on something that Michelle and I were kind of working on and enhancing the field down at the elementary school, track, that area. It's kind of the center of the town where we have our events and a lot of community activities. So we have been talking with a couple of different grant opportunities and researching as far as doing some stuff down there. And there wasn't any money, support be nice, and actually I'd like to have your blessing to work with Seth and Michaela, if that's okay, coming up, and we're just kind of starting. Although a lot of grant opportunities begin in the spring of each year. So one that I really like, that Michelle's familiar with, that the town has benefited from before in years past, is a Department of Health grant called the Built Environments. And you all have benefited from that one in the past, but it's 100%, but it's reimbursement. You pay for it, they reimburse you 100%. So some of the stuff down there, and again, I just like your blessing and support to move forward and get some ideas on things to do down there, because that is kind of the center of our community, and work on some projects, some stuff we did last year. New roof on the shed, some electrical upgrades, crossing that you worked on, the mayor worked on, town, and just continue that for that area, and what those grants in particular, the one from the Department of Health, are geared toward is offsetting some of the disparities or improving, the overall health of the community. And Unicoi County is still not, it doesn't have great numbers as far as overall health, and Michelle can speak to that far better than I can when it comes to the things that you were talking about. obesity, just different overall health aspects. There's a lot of them, there's a whole list. And the goal is to improve that as well as just overall enhancement. So just letting you know, there's some stuff that we're working on. And, again, a lot of these grants start in the spring, so, which when we started talking about it and started looking at, we're like, hey, these deadlines are coming quick for certain things. So just give you a heads up about that. And,
Okay. And we appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
Mark, and that's something, we looked into, like sidewalk grants and that sort of thing, and that's something that we've talked about forever, is that it's kind of like the community, that's the hub right there. And so we have had different plans of enhancing that, making kind of like a little park area there.
well, hopefully you can do it without spending any money. There's grants out there and we have some expertise that recently retired, so we can take advantage of that. And going along with what you were talking about, the one grant out there is through TDEC, partnering with Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. We were looking at redoing the track and doing a rubberized track. Well, their grant, and I think it requires a little bit of a match, but they require you to have local recycled tires. And well, tires that can be documented from the state of Tennessee, brought in from the state of Tennessee and then recycled. And that is all part of that. It's pretty complicated, but it's doable, and there's people that take advantage of it. But so there's things that go along with what you were talking about. And I did get a quote today from finally, the company that did the high school track. Y'all may be familiar with. They did last year. They did get back with me, and it's rubberized. And the quote that he gave, they're out in Knoxville, they're a sport, I'll think of the name in a minute, but $129,000. So it's not cheap, but nothing is these days. So to get something like that without spending any of our money, get it, through grants, it'd be great. And then other enhancements, other stuff down there, like you were talking about. I walk Andrew to school in the mornings. We're walking down there every morning. There's no sidewalks. There's no safe routes to school. We have to weed through traffic every morning and every afternoon. And we choose to walk, and if we grow, then we got to get in it. So, but you're right. It's certainly worth looking into, thinking about.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Any
it.
other questions, anything?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you all.
Okay, next thing we got coming up is ordinance 341, and this is the second reading on this. 348? Yeah, 348, that is a good thing we got Seth over there.
Yeah, now,
This is second reading on this, and it's a public hearing. And what it is, we're changing the budget so we can spend money at the cabin and spend money on the equipment we're buying. And the cabin money, it comes out of the Jack Snyder fund, And then the equipment, what we're gonna do on that is we're buying a tractor, sidearm mower, a trailer to haul equipment on, and an excavator. And we've got the money, so this is second reading on it. And I guess what we do is we ask if there's anybody wants to talk about it or ask about it. Okay? we're back to the meeting now. All right. Do I hear a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, we've got some new business here. This is the official acceptance on the bid. This is Hurricane Helene damage, and it's on Marbleton Road. And we've had it on Marbleton Road, Oak Road, Anderson Chapel, and we've got a bid on this. And all we're doing is passing. This is FEMA money, correct? So all we're doing is we're passing, we took in the bids yesterday, we went through those. We're just will pass the lowest bid. And it's E&W Excavation. So do we need to get that amount now? Okay, $21,594. That's a couple of things. That's like 3 things to finish up on. Like I said, it's FEMA money. It's not coming out of our pocket. So is there any discussion? Need to vote on this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Need to have a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
And this is a motion to accept
The
the contractor, Ian.
Ian,
Yeah. W&E
I
Excavation.
put that in there.
Yeah, it's just a motion to accept the WNE contract. So we have a motion from Alderman Day.
I make a motion to approve the W&E bid.
And then the second was.
Second.
Is there any other discussion about it or anything?
I don't think so.
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. And Seth, you want to talk about the numbers behind this?
Yeah, so the next 3 things where we have to have the agenda out 48 hours before the meeting. We were uncertain which way we were gonna go as a town, if we were gonna add a full-time addition to the maintenance staff, a seasonal addition to the maintenance staff, or if we were gonna contract our mowing services. And yesterday we unsealed the bids for the mowing services, so we didn't have a number to plug in there per se. But plugging in the contracted out services came in a lot cheaper than if we were to hire additional maintenance staff full-time or a seasonal employee. So with that, the next 3 items on the agenda, some might not have a motion or a second, which I planned to happen, but where we had to have the agenda out 48 hours before the meeting. These items, all 3 are on there to make a motion on it.
Okay. On the seasonal employment, do I have a motion? Okay. We'll move on to the next here. Okay, the next thing is a full-time employee, and this is the same thing Seth was explaining there. And so do I have a motion on that? Okay, we just had to go through that. Okay. Now, contract on mowing services for March the 16th, 26th to October the 31st, 26th. We ask if there's a motion.
Motion approved.
The motion. Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the unsealed bid from yesterday to Marco LLC.
Second, I'll make a second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. And I'd like to announce Marco is with us tonight. And he had a good bid on that, and now our mowing of our property will be taken care of. And our maintenance guys, what we were discussing about part-time or full-time guy, then that just took that out of the picture. So they can go on with other things. We're moving on here, so it's gonna be good. Okay, next thing, animal shelter. The animal shelter is built back. I mean, everybody needs to go there and look. I mean, they've got something they can be proud of.
Yes, the shell of the building. I'm Chris, I'm on the animal welfare board. So the shell of the building is complete, yes, except for, some of the doors to the dog cages. They won't be arriving until probably the last of April. So we're not really open because we don't have all the basic furniture and equipment for both people and animals. And we do not have cats, basic cats either. So we hope to have a grand opening, around the 1st of May. So actually the answer is, we're not really giving tours yet. So I just wanted to make that small correction as to where we are in terms of our operation timeline. But thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, thanks for that information. I know you're not open yet. I've been through it. I thought, wow. You know? But anyhow, what the
But you're
animals.
the mayor, so.
Yeah. What we're doing here is we had set aside $7,000 for the animal shelter. And what they're doing, they're asking for this to be released now. Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Motion approved.
Second. Okay. Is there any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. And this money's already been set aside when we've done our budget. And, Molly, is there anything you want to say about the animal shelter before we move on?
We're very positive, very confident.
And all the furniture and fixtures and all that, I'm sure. You know,
All that stuff. We're
Yeah.
working on.
you've got the big part.
And we're still fundraising.
Okay, yeah, get the fundraising.
We're always fundraising.
Okay. Let's see, we're gonna have a report of our officers. Economic Development Board, Austin Finch, step up here. Okay, he didn't show up today, so we'll. Buffalo Valley Historic Association, Lisa?
Okay. We kind of slacked off January, February with the weather. We didn't have meetings. And it's a good thing because I see it, so. But, we're going to, our next, thing coming up is the, Easter, the big thing. But in March, we're gonna be planting the garden beds out there. So anybody that wants to help can get hold of us and we'll let you know when we're doing it. We'll probably put it on our Facebook page when we'll be planting and stuff, and they can come and help. Dig a hole and put a flyer in or something. But with the Easter, it's gonna be April 3rd on Good Friday, from 1 to 3, and we're gonna have a little bit of something different this year than we usually do, so you'll have to kind of watch out on the Facebook page to see what we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be promoting a lot of history in this area, so, and maybe get the kids involved in it. And get their pictures made in different places, and maybe win a prize, Walmart gift card or something. So, get them all excited. They love gift cards.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
They do a lot of hard work out there, and we don't want to forget our volunteers. They're always a smile on the face. All right, Planning Commission, Board of Zoning and Appeal, Wanda.
Okay. The Planning Commission met on February 2nd, 2026, and the discussion under our new business was with owner Arnie Riggs of Black Diamond Market. He was present for the meeting. He was addressed with the current situation concerning the parking lot. The site plan has expired, and the options were presented to him since it has never been in compliance. He is scheduled to bring back a site plan before the board to consider in next month's meeting. It was discussed with him what the town requires for him to be in compliance. So we've had problems with that parking lot for a while, and he said he did not really realize he was in compliance, and when it went out of date, it has to start all over again. So we have certain regulations that he will have to comply by, he understands, and so he's going to come and address it again with us. In discussion of the zoning board ordinance update, we also had a board discussion to have one final workshop to change anything before our zoning ordinance go into the final vote. And then the BZA did not have a meeting because we didn't have any agenda items.
Yeah, we had a good discussion with Garner. What's his name? Arnie, not Garner, Arnie. But anyhow, we got in touch with him, and he was here, so we had a good conversation with him about the parking lot over here. Okay, let's see. Mountain Harvest Kitchen, Michaela?
Yes, sir. I'm Michaela Brook. I'm the Mountain Harvest Kitchen Director. I'm just going to do a quick update for January. In January, we had 38 active members, which is an increase from 2 in December. From December. We added a corporate class client and a food truck client. We gave 3 tours, and we had, of course, 1 class with that corporate event company. It was for their local sales team, and that contributed $200 to our monthly revenue. In January, we had 5 processing clients with 149.5 processing hours. This is a 31% increase compared to December. So December tends to be the end of the season. January, of course, is the beginning of the season, so that explains the increase. Just for reference, in January, of course, we had the 5 processing clients. January last year, we had 4 processing clients, so we're about on par for that. In January, our total revenue was $3,440, which is a 7.8 increase from December in our revenue. In comparison to January last year, that's a 7.7% decrease in our monthly revenue. So we're about consistent. Just a note for our kitchen, we are maxed out on dry storage, just a point of interest. So dry storage is maxed out. We do have openings for other storage types. But that's the conclusion for our January update for the Mountain Harvest Kitchen.
Okay. Michaela's had her hands full of clients, updating equipment and maintenance and that sort of thing. She's doing a bang-up job on that. Thank you very much. Parks, Recreation, Marketing, and Communication. We got the same lady here.
Yes. I'm Michaela Brook. I'm the Communications and Park and Rec Director. So a big update to share with everyone. We are working on the Town of Unicoi Strawberry Festival. It's going to be May 16th. And just to note, we are on the March school board meeting. We just got bumped a month, but that will occur, and I'm sure that will be all worked out and all good to go. We did a recent board workshop where we just talked about some updates for the 2026 year. Just to address those updates, we're just increasing the community involvement. We are decreasing the liability, so we hope this is going to be a good year. Just to let folks know, our sponsorship and community involvement letters are going to be mailed out this upcoming week. And then we've gotten a lot of calls about our vendor applications. Those will be open next week. So unfortunately, I am delayed from last year, but it's coming next week. And of course, if you want to see the new marketing, we do have flyers available. It is patriarchal theme just because we are celebrating the anniversary. So make sure to pick up a flyer if you haven't and share with your friends. Just a note on vendor applications, in case anyone is interested, we do have some updates for the upcoming festival. Vendor applications and booth fees will be accepted online We're gonna really heavily push that just because it streamlines it for our staff. Our staff is me and Trish, so we do have a small department for that. However, I did have someone express concern about that today, so I just want to reassure folks, if there is an issue where you are not able to access online due to a lack of internet or any other issue, we, of course, the town of Unicoi will help you. Come to the Welcome Center. We have Trish and myself here. We're happy to help folks with their applications and to take payment. So my goal is to streamline it, however, I'm happy to meet everyone's needs. Another thing to update is the booth fee will be $50 per 12 by 12 space. That previously it was $35. That increase is because I am decreasing the amount of vendors. We had a very high amount last year. And for liability's sake, I am bringing down that number, but that will also, of course, bring up the quality and decrease competition among vendors. So it is a positive change, just so the folks who do come to vend, they'll have a more positive experience because we'll have less in their category type. But due to the decrease of vendors, there is an increased fee, just to let folks know. Now, our new vendors who want to participate, I will have a jurying process. It's a standard across the majority of festivals in our region. It just ensures that you're meeting professional standards to the best of your ability. However, it was brought to my attention, we of course have some veteran vendors who have been with us nearly all of the 23 years. So of course, those folks are very proven. They don't necessarily have to prove themselves as much as a new vendor, so of course we will take that into consideration. But because we're limiting the number of vendors this year, we are making sure to really represent Unicoi, be very Unicoi focused on our vendors, and also just bring very high quality is our goal. And again, we're trying to limit in our categories so we don't have too many vendors of one type, so the revenue is not so spread thin. We want everybody to enjoy their time with us and be safe and have fun. A new safety regulation along those lines. This is just a standard that every festival does. We do require 40 pounds of weight per tent leg. It needs to be tied at the top. That is just so we don't have any incidents with any flying tents or anything like that. But that is just a regional standard. If folks are interested in participating in the festival, if you could direct them to the Town of Unicoi Parks and Rec Facebook page, that's where I'm just going to be posting updates, informing people the map has dropped, the vendor list has dropped, information like that. If you want to keep up with it, you're welcome to. However, just keep in mind to consistently check the website. The website is consistently updated. It will be starting next week. So that just kind of wraps up what we're doing for next week. Is we're going to launch next week. And again, our focus is to really increase our community involvement and decrease our liability for this upcoming festival. In other events, just to know, on top of what we're doing for the festival, we will have upcoming community yard sale events. And then our summer car show series will launch in April and will run to September. So that's a big thing for us that we hope folks come out and enjoy that with us. Something that's happening right now, if anyone wants to come visit us, is the Unicoi Winter Market. We have 3 left in our season, which is February 27th, March 13th, and March 27th. These are all Fridays. We did have to cancel one of our events on January 30th due to snow, so we have kind of lost a little bit of our momentum. But on the February 13th Winter Market, we did have 52 attendees with 11 vendors, like vending companies. So we're maintaining. Our first market was 66 attendees, so we've dropped to 52, but we hope we gain more folks along. So if anybody wants to take a flyer and hand it out, we'd love that. But so far, that event has grown, and we've been pretty happy with that one overall. And that's the conclusion for our Parks and Rec update.
Thank you. That's very good. All right, now, Police Department, we got Chief Jeremy Rice. Come down here, little fella.
We've had 77 calls, working 2 active theft investigations, and we're assisting APS with 3 open cases right now, and 1 citation.
Is everything going good with you?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody happy?
Yes, sir.
Good. all your staff?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Seth, you want to do the court report?
Yeah, so they gave me that, for January, we had 5 court cases, totaled $787.50, in payments for those 5 court cases.
Okay. Recorder report?
Yeah, so I would just like to take a moment to thank Tony Street and Mike Jones for their extremely hard work during the winter storm. They sacrificed about 30 hours of family time over a weekend to ensure safe passage of town roads for all the county Unicoi citizens. So big kudos to them for that. I know they're really looking forward to getting the equipment and being able to contribute even more efforts to ensuring that our roads and right-of-ways are in as good a shape as they can be. And so I know that the pressure that we removed from them by Mark taking over the mowing, that'll be much appreciated. And Michaela, as she mentioned a minute ago, she started hammering away at the fine details of the Strawberry Festival. I know some people have been a little bit apprehensive of it, but Michaela's a professional and she laid it all out. She's been part of the festival and things before. And I think it's going to be really successful and really safe, and liability she really hates. So all the reallys we're putting in here really looking forward to it. So that's all I've got as far as the report.
Okay, and Tony and Mike have done a great job, and we was talking the other day, now, they're gonna have equipment they can be proud of. And it'll have the town of Unicoi on it, and I told Terry Haynes, I said, now when it come by mowing, it'll be our men doing our time. So, we're moving on up. Okay. All right, Seth, you wanna do the financial report?
Sure. So before we get started with the financial report, our fiscal year 2024-2025 audit was delayed. Not because we did anything nefarious or anything like that. There was at the end of the transition where there was some volatility amongst some employees and such. So the report was delayed, not because of that or anything, but because of some weather with the auditors, with some sickness in the auditors. And they requested an extension through the comptroller. So it has to be finalized by the end of this month. So next month at the BMA meeting, we should have a report from the auditor about findings and whatnot, which hopefully they're all in. So there's that. As far as our revenues for January, we had $271,733. Our expenses were $111,644. So our net income for December was $160,088.76. That's in our general fund. In our Mountain Harvest Kitchen, we had $3,540 in revenue. Our expenses totaled $4,870, which meant that our Mountain Harvest Kitchen in January lost $1,329.78. Year to date, in our general fund, we are looking at a shortage or net expense increase, $487,528.43. That's still Massachusetts funds, which we're plugging away as we're going with net income month on month now. In our Mountain Harvest Kitchen today, we're lost $20,312.50. So that concludes the financial.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the financial report.
Second.
Any other discussion? Alderman Day?
Yes.
Alderman Lynn?
Yes.
Alderman Phillips?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford?
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre?
Yes. All right. Is there any announcements?
There'll be a BMA BCA joint workshop on Wednesday, February the 25th at 2 p.m. in the VCR right here to discuss proposed changes to the zoning ordinance. We've had a few workshops about it today so far, so this will be a final wrap-up of that before we present it formally. The next Planning Commission BZA meeting will be held on Monday, March the 2nd, 2026, right here at 5:30. There'll be one more public bid unsealing since you guys passed the budget amendment. We'll have a public bid unsealing and acceptance for equipment acquisitions on Wednesday, March the 4th at 2 p.m. at Town Hall. Remember, that's at Town Hall. That'll be our bid unsealing for the excavator, the sidearm mower, the trailer, and the tractor. The next BMA meeting will be back on its regular schedule Monday night, Monday, March the 16th at 5:30 in the VCR. And then just another thing, if anybody here is requesting funds, or this is specifically for you, If you'll write something out, like how much you're requesting, in March, we'll begin our preliminary budget discussions for fiscal year 26, 27. So if you'll write something out on a piece of paper of how much you're requesting from the county employee appropriations, bring that to county hall. We'll categorize it, and then once the board, once we convene for a BMA workshop over our budget, then we'll be discussing what you all discussed tonight. And it's really important that you came and showed what you're doing and talked about everything, so they got to hear it firsthand that way that they know. We have a lot of people who just ask for funds, but they don't tell us why they're asking for funds. They don't give us a reason, they don't give us anything. They just say, oh, please give me $20,000. I'm not doing anything for you. You never heard anything about me, but here it is. So we do appreciate you coming and giving kind of an outline of what you're all doing for the community, which is much appreciated. So that's all the announcements I have.
Yeah, and I'd like to say I appreciate everybody being here. We had a good turnout, and tell your friends to come and voice their opinion about what they think about the town, the board, the staff. We've got a good working board. All the staff seems to be pleased with the way things are going, and we're looking up. And if we have more people, we'll find more cheers. Is there anybody opposed? Hey, we got one in the back here.
Marco.
Real quick, hey, we got the fish fry bar night at Kingwood Methodist Church. Everybody's welcome to come down. Get you a plate of fish, it's $12. That's really good. 24 years ago, I served my first year, sitting where you folks are, and listening to his numbers and the revenues that this town's taking in. Back then, $3,000 was a high. That was high.
Yeah.
We was glad to get that.
Yes, we will.
And to report that you just gave, and for you folks to be taking more control of that money, that's good. Thank you. You know, the county, I know it's no secret to anybody, they've always wanted it. They still want it.
Well, and so I appreciate that, Mark, from your experience. And we're gonna have the hospital. And I tell the county that seems to kind of ignore us, what we're sending $2 million to. I said, we need to be recognized, represented, and respected. And I think the hospital is going to take care of the recognized part. People will say, well, where's Unicorn? That's where the hospital is. And it's good for all of us. The county, Irwin, town of Unicorn, we're all in this together. And then we're going to keep beating that. We're going to keep bringing it home, no matter what's said or done. That's what we're going to keep focused on. We're all in this together. If one looks good, we all look good. But I appreciate all of you. I thank you very much. Is anybody else before we? Is anybody opposed to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mark that down.
Ah.
Our meeting next Wednesday.
Forward.